Serena.
And I'm Rachel.
We're the hosts of Book Tales.
If you like reading books,
Drinking cocktails,
and Scottish accents,
then meet your new favourite podcast.
come with us as we explore different themes from romantasy to horror and everything in between.
We pair each book with a bespoke cocktail and tell you everything you'll need to make one.
And each week, play our fun game tailored to each book.
Find Book Tales wherever you get your podcasts. So grab your book,
Grab your booze
for Book Tales.
Hi guys, I'm Bri.
And I'm Alli. This is Offscript.
If you think about it, books are potential scripts for movies.
When this adaptation happens, typically it's disappointing because they went off script.
In this series, we will be talking about how off script they went. Well, hello everyone.
And welcome to Offscript.
We are a podcast.
And we compare books to their movies.
Yeah, we do. And today we are doing Bridge to Terabithia.
Yes, we are. Season 8, episode 2. Let's do it.
Let's.
How are you? You got a picture for us.
What sucks is I thought I did. Let me think.
You just gave it to me before this started. That would have been a good picture.
I was kind of thinking that, but I also felt like I had a different one that I wanted to tell, but I'll just tell that one again.
Okay.
Sorry, Alli. Act like you haven't heard this before.
Okay. Tell me what's going on.
So, for Christmas, I got John an advent calendar, which is 12 days of Marvel Funko Pops, because I didn't tell you this part. The whole reason I did it was because on the box, they had a really cute Groot in Christmas lights and Wolverine with snow on his head, and She-Hulk has a little elf. And I was like, oh my gosh, just think of all of the other cute ones that they could have in this box.
Okay.
So John's leaving on the 13th to go to Boston. I was like, hey, this is kind of perfect. If we start on the 1st, you can open one a day until you're gone. Like, perfect.
Oh,
then
that's
we won't
cute.
have to worry about
I was
that.
wondering why you started early instead of the 12th to the 24th. That's cute.
Yeah,
okay, I like
that's
it.
why. Yep. So we started it. And yesterday he opened it. And actually, I didn't tell you this part either, Alli, because before he opened it, he was like, who do you think it's going to be? And I was like, oh, it's going to be Captain America. Duh. And he's like, no, you have to start off with the number one superhero everyone knows. Spider-Man. It's going to be Spider-Man. So then he opens it, and in the boxes, it comes in a bag. So what he's been doing is he opens the bag, doesn't look at what's in it, has me look, and then holds it to see if he can guess. So yesterday he opens it, shows me, I just start laughing. And then he's holding it, and he's like, okay, well, this doesn't feel like Spider-Man, and it doesn't feel like Captain America. Is it maybe MODOK? I was like, no. He's like, it feels kind of blocky. Like, what superhero's blocky? Well, it was a Captain America themed sled.
Okay, so Captain America. So
Yeah, so I was right.
you got that right. Yep.
And then today, John's opening up day 2, and he goes, okay, obviously to go with the Captain America sled, it's got to be Captain America now. Duh. That's the only logical thing to do next.
Right.
So again, he opens the bag, doesn't look in, shows me. I just start busting up laughing. And he takes it out of the bag, and he's like, Bri, it doesn't feel like a Funko Pop. Bri, this does not feel like a Funko Pop. And then I was like, don't look at it and give it to me. I got to show you how you're supposed to do it. So he gave it to me because it was a gift wrapped in Spider-Man wrap. And so I put it on the Captain America sled and turned around, and I was like, ta-da.
So then tomorrow has to be a Funko Pop.
I really hope.
Like a Santa Claus, like one of the characters dressed as Santa. He's got the sled, he's got the present.
he's
I'm
ready
invested
to bring
now.
it.
You gotta, now you have to send me a picture every day.
I will send you a picture daily to let you know the letdown that it is. John said that his next one he's going to open is going to be Wolverine Cole.
Well, you got the present, you got the coal. That makes sense. All right. You got like the claws sticking out of the coal. Yes.
That would be cool.
Good picture.
Yeah.
Well, moving on, we do have a trigger warning for y'all. There is a young death in this story.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad. So, but it's a pretty famous story. So, but I guess, I don't know. I forgot. Well, I didn't forget that there was a death, but I thought it was the other person. Until
funny.
about halfway through the book. And then it was like, oh no, it's this person. Duh.
You know what's funny for me? I always get this one. I don't get it confused with, but it reminds me a lot of My Girl, which in that one the boy does die.
Yeah, maybe that's what I was doing too.
Yeah, yeah. So I always, yeah. I love that movie.
I don't think I've ever fully seen that whole movie, but I've seen like halfway to the B scene in the funeral. And I was in a hotel when that was going on, and I was so freaking invested, but then we had to leave.
Oh,
and I've still never seen the whole movie, I don't think.
Oh my gosh, I would watch it with you for sure. I love that movie. It's
we
a
might
good one.
have to.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm down. It's such a good one.
Okay.
And it reminds me a lot of this, but also not. Because it's a bit more adult, I would say.
Oh, interesting.
You know, because like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
We're not here to talk about My Girl.
No, we're not. Instead, we're going to talk about the life of Jess, an adolescent who changes. Wait.
The life of him changes.
Okay. I'm like, what the heck?
I was starting to get confused too. I was like, hold on.
So Jess's life changes
There we go.
because he befriends Leslie, the class outsider. And the children create this imaginary world called Terabithia, and which is inhabited by all the manners of magical creatures and all this sort of stuff. And through difficulties fill their ordinary lives, Jess and Leslie rule as king and queen of Terabithia, and soon one of their friends must draw on the strength of their imaginary kingdom to cope with a tragedy. What could it be?
What it could be. We didn't spoil that right out the bat.
Nope. Oh no. Our author is Katherine Paterson. Our director is Gábor Csupó.
Supo? I don't know.
Screenplay writer Jeff Stockwell and David Patterson, which is the author's son.
That's cute.
Did you audiobook this one?
Yes, I did.
Did you listen to the end, the interview?
Alli. You should know better.
I know. I get my fun facts, so I'm like, there might be a fun fact in here. There was a couple, I think. But yeah, it was really cute. We'll get to that. So the book came out October 21st, 1977. The movie was February 16th, 2007. That's 30-year difference.
Wow.
I know.
It's kind of crazy.
And did you read it first or watch it first?
I watched it forever ago.
I'm pretty sure I read it first, like in school.
Really?
I think so, but I can't remember.
Yeah, this one was never part of like our reading curriculum for me.
I think it might have been like a read aloud when I was in whatever grade. I just remember doing this when young.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, that would make sense. I think my
Yeah.
mom has her kids read it. After she watched it, she was like, this is a book. I have to make my students read it. So,
And then compare and contrast. Well, okay. So now that you have read and watched, what do you think of this story?
it's a cute story. It's sad. I wish there was more to Terabithia. Especially since the title of the book is Bridge to Terabithia. But
I know. Yeah.
that's my opinion.
Okay. Yeah. I think it's cute. Because I'm not the older books, I'm kind of like always like meh on. But this one, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. I was actually excited to do this one because this is a good movie. I like this movie.
Yeah,
I just never would have picked the book for us to do. So
there you go. You're welcome.
Thank you. So Allie, why did we pick this book and movie?
As I said last week, I'm doing like childhood like throwbacks, and this one was one I remember doing as a kid, and so I picked it.
And so I picked it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yep. Okay, I got my super fun facts. We ready?
Do it.
So this is based on a true story of the author's son and best friend Lisa, who was killed when she was struck by lightning.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
That's sad.
That was in the interview when I was listening. This next one was also in the interview. It took 15 years to make this movie because they didn't want to just give it to anyone. They wanted it made right. So they had like buyers like for like 15 years, and they were like, no, you want to change too much. No, you want to change too much. So they found the one that changed the least.
That's crazy. That's dedication. Because what if they never found anyone?
I know, exactly.
I wouldn't
You
be
would
sad.
think by 15 years, I would almost give up.
I feel like I would have.
Seriously. All right. So number 3, the negative of the wide shots of Miss Edmonds driving Jess to the museum were filmed so that New Zealand traffic was on the left side of the road, which appeared to be driving on the right side. So like they were filming in New Zealand. I didn't know that. That's kind of cool.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
so they had to do camera tricks to make it like they were not in New Zealand.
Look like that. Whoa,
Yes.
that's crazy.
Dakota Fanning was originally offered the role of Leslie Burke, but had to decline due to scheduling conflicts. I was shocked when I started this movie and it wasn't Dakota Fanning because I thought it was. Yes.
Really?
Yes. I 100% was convinced it was Dakota Fanning. I started. I'm like,
hilarious.
wait a second. That's not her.
That's funny. I didn't recast Anna Sophia Robb, but I actually think Dakota Fanning would have been way better.
Yeah. Yeah. She would have been good.
Mm-hmm.
And it was after watching this film that convinced Bethany Hamilton to recommend Anna Sophia Robb for the lead role of Soul Surfer. Again, thought that was Dakota Fanning.
What?
Like just remembering it, like watching it.
Yeah.
I'm sure way back when I knew it wasn't.
Yeah.
But thinking back on it,
You thought it was.
yeah.
That's kind
And
of
I'm like, what
hilarious.
the heck? she so looks too much like her.
They're too similar. Keep them away from each other.
They should actually do a movie together.
Where they
That
swap
would be
places.
Ooh, the new Parent Trap movie.
We don't need twins, just people that look kind of alike.
Yeah.
Make
Not
it look
about
like
identical tricking or anything.
look like the parents are horrible.
They really can't tell their kids apart. Oh my gosh.
Wait, which
So
one are
funny.
you?
Have different color eyes and everything. Different heights. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Oh gosh. All right. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. So Jess wakes up early every morning to practice running because it is his goal to be the fastest runner in his class because that's what they did back then. And he has 2 older sisters who get out, but he has to wake up and get out and do all the chores because his sisters get out of it all the time. And he also has younger sisters, Maybelle, and she loves him. And then like a little infant sister. And so he went out to do his morning chores on the farm when he noticed a U-Haul was moving in next door.
In the movie, they never like really hit on Jess wanting to be such a fast runner because it's made in 2007. So that's not like a big, huge deal. But
Yeah, they do like the race. And that's pretty much it. But they don't.
Yeah.
It goes way more detail. Yeah, I agree. In the book.
yeah. Also, I don't remember him noticing a U-Haul.
No, I don't. No, I remember something different about that.
I know that he meets Leslie at the school and not
Okay,
the house.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jess loved to draw. He also loves their music teacher because she's so nice and she always talks to him about his drawings. And her name's Miss Edmonds and she's just the sweetest. And his dad seemed to not really care about him, just leaves and does his chores. And then he runs into the neighbor girl that just moved in. And he thinks she's a girl because she has really short hair. She's wearing pants, which, you know, back in the 70s,
How
not
dare.
common.
How dare.
And her name was Leslie. He's like, dang, nabbit, that could be boy or girl. So he was getting real frustrated. And finally he figured out, you know, it's a neighborhood, new neighbor girl.
Yeah, this part pretty much doesn't happen. I mean, he does love their music teacher. And dad does seem to not care. But he meets Leslie at school. And they made her a tomboy, but they made it very obvious that she was a girl.
All right. So it's the first day of school and he's super stoked to race. And they made it through class and got out to recess. And Jess was about to race. And here comes Leslie. And a bully kid is like, you can't race. And Jess is like, why? Are you scared to lose to a girl? Because he could tell that Leslie's like feelings were like, well, that sucks. So she got to compete in the heat that he was in. And he was going to win, but then Leslie beat him by about 3 feet. And he was so annoyed. But he still stood up for her when the bully kid was rude to her again. But he ignored her on the bus home. Because he was like, screw you.
True kid style.
Typical 5th grade boy.
Yep. In the movie, Leslie was always going to participate because it was made in more modern.
Right.
So they couldn't be like, girls can't race. So that bit didn't happen. But when she did win, people were making fun of her. And he was upset, but stood up for her.
So the next few days, they kept racing and she keeps beating all the boys. So no one likes to race anymore. Like she full on ruined this activity that all the kids like are so excited about. And then it was Friday and Miss Edmonds was there and life was good. And then the next Monday is when Jess and Leslie really started hanging out. Miss Myers, which was their teacher, read Leslie's paper in class, and it was all about scuba diving, and that's her favorite hobby. She then told the teacher told the class that they have homework to watch a documentary and write a page about what they learned. And Leslie's like, I don't have a TV, and everybody laughed at her. She ended up hanging out with Jess more, and after school one day, she went and hung out, but they like bribed Maybelle with little paper dolls to go somewhere else so she wouldn't come with them. And they went and built this magical kingdom, kind of like Narnia, but they called it Terabithia in the woods. And they would hang out there all the time. And soon they didn't care what people thought about them at school either, hanging out, because they used to be secret hangouts. And now they're like, whatever, we're friends. And Leslie's parents are writers, and the kids don't like to hang out at each other's homes because they both are kind of like, their family is just odd. Like Jess's family doesn't really like Leslie because she's not girly, and Jess feels awkward around Leslie's family. And it's getting colder, and that makes it more difficult to hang out because Terabithia is freezing.
They never really hang out at each other's families' houses in the movie.
All right. So there's this big bully girl that ends up stealing Maybelle's Twinkies one day, and she just wants to kill her. But Leslie's like, okay, let's figure out a real plan. So they went back to Terabithia, and Leslie starts thinking. She came up with this plan to embarrass her, and they wrote a fake love letter from the cutest boy in 7th grade. And it said to meet her out after school, and they would walk home together. And here comes the moment, and she's not on the bus. And the boys and girls in the back start arguing about if this is true or not. And she gets on the bus the next day, and she's pissed.
Yep, that happens.
But I think she gets on the bus
crying, doesn't she?
Crying. And I think it's that day. Like she didn't, because didn't she? Oh yeah, because they met up like that day, and he's like, no. Versus in the book, he just obviously didn't show up because he didn't know.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, she found him.
She found him and talked to him. Right outside of the buses.
Yep. All right. So it's now Christmas, and Jess really wanted to get Leslie something nice, but his dad only let them each have $1 for each family member. What a time to be alive.
I wish.
And so he's trying to get, like, his sisters, they kind of like pool money together, and they got Maybelle this doll she wanted, and a bunch of other stuff. And so on the way home, though, he sees a box for free puppies, and he got off the bus early, and he got one for Leslie. And they met in Terabithia, and they did a gift exchange, and Leslie's overjoyed, and she ended up getting him some water paints that he loved.
So in the movie, they celebrate Jess's birthday, not Christmas, which then makes it even more confusing when Jess gets her a dog.
Right. It did make it confusing that he got her something, but I read that was also was it in the interview, or did I read it? That they changed it because just budgeting.
They were in New Zealand.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, budgeting. So it was just easier to do not all the lights and the trees and everything. Just, it's your birthday.
Yeah, that makes sense. But that's also, I just wanted to ask you this, because as someone with no kids reading this, my first thought was, if someone were to give my kid a puppy without talking to me first.
Yeah, I'd be pissed. I mean, I wouldn't be pissed, but I would be pissed.
Yeah. like you who already has 2 dogs, someone gets you
I'd be like,
dog.
What the heck? Yeah. No.
Yeah. I was surprised that her parents didn't make her give it back or give it to the shelter. Like,
right. Oh, man.
Book or movie. Like, movie, even, they were like, at the end, they're even like, oh, we're going to take him with us. He's our last part of her. Like,
right.
Okay. This dog you didn't even ask for.
I know. Okay, well, Leslie's dad finished his book that he was writing, so he was able to hang out with Leslie more. And Jess was getting annoyed and jealous because Leslie was excited to hang out with her dad. So she was hanging out with Jess less. And Leslie was helping him remodel the house and all this sort of stuff. And eventually, Leslie called him out and was like, hey, why don't you just come ask to hang out too? And Jess is like, oh, okay. And he did. And they had a good time.
This part doesn't really happen.
I mean, it kind of happens, but it does, was like,
but it's
very
painting a room.
Yeah. And it wasn't like this drawn out, him just being jealous and jealous and jealous. And finally her being like, she was just like,
fine, come
hang out.
Yeah. Yeah. And oh, we heard you are an artist. Paint on our wall.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, Leslie let him know that Janice, that was the bully girl, was crying in the bathroom. And Jess felt responsible, like it was their fault. So he's like, we got to help her. But he can't go in. So he's like, Leslie, go help her. And she's like, oh my gosh. So Leslie came back to class and was all pleased with herself. And she didn't tell Jess what happened until they got to Terabithia. And it turns out her dad beats her, which I found hilarious in the book because Jess is like, so my dad beats me too. And they're like, no, he beats her. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's dated. So dad beats her, and she confided this with her friends, and they blabbed it to the whole school. And so she was embarrassed, and Leslie gave her some advice, and now they're like half friends.
Yep, that happens.
Yep. Now spring is coming. So it's getting warmer, but the rain is insane. So the river underneath the rope, because they swing on a rope over this river. We never explained that, I guess. Nope. Over this river to get to, or it's not even a river when they first got there. It was just like a ditch. Mm-hmm. So they swing on this rope to get to Terabithia. Well, now that the rain's happening, there's starting to be a little stream and a river, and it's getting bad enough that they can't take PT, Prince Tyrion. Is that what they called him?
Yes.
Okay, their dog anymore because they're worried he might drown. But Leslie's still like, let's go. And she swings across all the time. And Jess is like, oh, no.
No, I don't want to. Yes, that happens. Mm-hmm. And I know I've already said it, but the movie just like, anytime they're in Terabithia, they're always like, and look at these gnomes that are here. And, ooh, beware of the blah, blah, blahs. And then there's like a little black monster that comes out.
Oh, I didn't put that in my fun facts, but I like this one too. So because every time, like, Jess starts to believe a little bit more and more. So the creatures, they're
Come
just
out
getting more and more. And so they had, what's his name? Josh Hutcherson. They told him, like, okay, it's a level 1. So he had to act like, okay, nothing's really there. Okay, this scene is a level 5. And so he had to act as if it was, I know, I thought it was interesting.
That's cool.
Like, oh, okie dokie. So now it is officially Easter, and that's the only time Jess's family goes to church. And Mom usually takes them and has them dress all nice. But this year, Dad lost his job, so they can't afford to dress nice. So they're kind of trying to get out of it. But at the same time, the girls want new clothes. So they're like, okay. So Jess went and milked the cows, and Leslie met him out there, and they're chatting. And she asked if she could go to church with them. And he's like, you got to wear a dress. And she's like, I have a dress. I can do that. And so Jess's family scrounged something up, and everybody had something new except Jess. So he used that as leverage to be like, hey, can Leslie come? And his mom tried to get out of that. But finally, she's like, fine. And Leslie was super interested in church, and Jess could care less. And then that led a whole conversation coming home about how if you don't believe, you're going to hell, according to Maybelle, and all this sort of stuff. And
it was such a different time when this book was written.
I know, seriously.
But yes, pretty much all of that happens except for the whole, they don't stress about getting the kids new clothes to wear. No. And Dad didn't get laid off.
Yeah, I don't remember him getting laid off either.
If he did, it wasn't a big to do like it was in the book.
Yeah.
Because in the book, it's like, oh, shoot, we lost our income. We can't afford to clothe all of these children.
Yeah. So now it is raining hard, and Leslie still wants to go to Terabithia. So they swing across the river. Jess lands on his back because he slips in the mud, and he's just like, no, we're not doing this anymore. But they still do it because Leslie wants to, and she's very convincing to him, apparently. And so they go, and Terabithia is leaking, so they're trying to patch it up. But while in the meantime, they're pretending that there's a curse that's been put on their land, and they play in Terabithia, and Jess is just freaking out. No matter how high the water got, Leslie seemed not to care. This part just brought me back, like, thinking, like, I just remember being on the playground as a kid and just make believe and just loving it. Yeah. And being like running around and doing make believe. And I'm like, man, I hate make believe now. I just hate it. My kids want to play it all the time. And I'm just like, that's the last thing I ever want to do. Ever.
It's because
I just don't get it because I loved it.
Your brain's not there anymore. You're an adult.
I know, but it's so sad because it was so fun. I feel like a grouchy old toad.
I don't think I can do make-believe either, but...
Oh my gosh. It's just the worst.
I could probably do it for 5 minutes and I'm like, oh, okay. I want to do something real.
I need resolution. I need it to end somehow. Oh, well. Okay. So Jess got a phone call from Miss Edmonds, and she said, hey, do you want to go to Washington with me and look at the Smithsonian? And he's like, oh my gosh, yes, I love you. But he had to sneakily ask his mom. So she's like half asleep. And he's like, Mom, can I go to Washington with my teacher? It's like a field trip. And she's like, And so he went, he had an amazing time. And he, when he got home, he went inside and something was wrong. Like his mama was crying. And she's like, thank God, when she saw him. And his older sister's like, your girlfriend's dead. And Mom thought you were too. Wow, very, very polite that is. But yeah, like, okay, first off, different time. Like, how inappropriate to have
100%.
your teacher take you on a one-on-one field trip.
And my question is why didn't they change that in the book or movie too? Like, why did they still have the teacher call to take him? Like, I get that he's an art, or she sees his potential as an artist, but don't just take one child.
Oh my gosh, I know.
And call, and like in the movie, it's on the weekend too. Like,
yeah, I think it was on the weekend in the book too.
Oh, well, both ways.
Yeah.
Horrible.
But,
no, all I could think every time I watch this movie and when I read it. I was just like, this is just so wildly inappropriate.
Yes,
and like
crossing some lines here.
How did the child, I mean, obviously children are a little bit too trusting, but I feel like this is way too trusting.
It's Miss Edmonds. He loves her.
You know, I think when I had my crush on Mr. Nelson, I think if he ever tried to get me on a one-on-one field trip, I would have been like, okay, this is too weird. I thought it was weird when he would have all of
been able to
Link
talk.
Crew. That's actually a very good point. How does he like, and you are correct. Anytime he tried to talk to me, I couldn't talk to him.
I know.
I had to have Maggie talk to him for me.
So funny. All right. Oh, man. All right. So Dad explained that Leslie's body was found in the creek and the rope that they used to swing across snapped, and they think that she hit her head. Jess was thrown by grief. He was sobbing, and the next thing he knows, he's waking up in his bed because he cried himself to sleep. Mm-hmm. And he's like, holy cow, what a weird, horrible dream. And then he was reminiscing on the day with Miss Edmonds, and he goes down for breakfast, and he's all chippy, cheery, and he's eating pancakes, and his family's staring at him like he's crazy. And then Dad's like, hey, we're going to go over and pay our respects to the neighbors. You should come. And Jess is like, why? And they're like, because Leslie is dead. And he's just like, what? That was real? Mm-hmm. Poor kid.
I know. That was so sad. Bookend movie. That does happen. But I do realize that I should say, I didn't realize that this didn't happen in the book. So at some point when Leslie was still alive, Jess got woken up because his dad had lost his keys, and like Jess had been made to go out and do some chores with the keys or something. And so he was the last one who had seen the keys. And so he like woke Jess up really early in the morning, was yelling at him, making him go look for the keys. And Jess, I can't remember how he found them, but he knew his little sister took them, but he took the heat for it and gave his dad the keys back. Mm-hmm. And that's just important for something that happens later.
So they went over to the Burke family, and Leslie's grandparents were there, and all the adults are crying, and Jess is like, this is stupid. They're supposed to be adults. Like, they're not supposed to cry. And his father asked about a service, and Leslie's dad is like, hey, we already cremated her. We're going to be bringing her home and spreading her ashes there. And that's when it hit Jess. Like, he is never going to see Leslie again. And he ran out sobbing and was furious because she was more his than anyone else's, and no one asked him what to do. And he went to the house and he punched Maybelle in the face, and he grabbed his paints and he threw them in the river. And his father came down and talked with him and just hugged him, and it made him feel slightly better.
Well, the main difference here is that he doesn't punch Mabel in the face.
And he just shoves her, right?
Yeah, it's not as violent as
full and sock your sister in the face. Like, what the heck?
I'm so mad my friend died. I'm going to punch you.
I know. Oh, my gosh.
Violence is the answer.
Right.
And really, honestly, all that he does is he goes and locks himself in his room. He makes a mess of his room, but that's it.
Mm-hmm. At some point, he does throw the paints in the river, right?
I don't think he does. I think he just tosses it around his room.
Okay. And his dad talks to him on his bed then, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the next day he went over to Terabithia, and he found an old tree branch and made sort of like a bridge. And he had to walk across it, but he had to hold other branches like it was a sketchy bridge. And he gets over there, and there's this whole ceremony in the sacred grove there for her, and like a passing on ceremony for the Queen of Terabithia. And he heard Maybelle screaming, and he went and got her because she was on the bridge, so she couldn't get off. So he helped her get off back onto the not Terabithia side.
Yep, that happens.
Yep. He went to school, and Leslie's desk was already moved, and he couldn't believe that they were getting rid of her that fast. After the Pledge of Allegiance, the teacher took him into the hallway because he was clearly upset, and talked with him. And she starts crying and relates to him when her husband died, and it made him feel better because she understood, sort of.
I don't remember the teacher relating to him. I remember the teachers like telling him like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Especially since I'm pretty sure they made the scene be with Miss Edmonds.
No, it was definitely his teacher, but I don't remember if she did. But there was a Miss Edmonds scene where he's like, next time we should have invited Leslie.
Next time we should invite Leslie. Yeah.
Yeah. And
That was at the funeral. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was so sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that was the thing, was he like thought about inviting her, but he wanted one-on-one time with Miss Edmonds because he loves her.
Mm-hmm.
So sad.
Yep. Shouldn't have been a dumb kid.
Weirdo to do one-on-one time with your teacher.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So the Burke family ended up moving back home to wherever they were. And they just stopped him and asked if he could use the building supplies. They're like, yep, you can have anything you want. Dad said he was going to give him PT, the dog, but he couldn't part with him. And then Jess begins working on a bridge to Terabithia. He makes it really he's good carpenter. He makes a really nice bridge. And then he has Maybelle come and he walks her across and he introduces her as the new queen of Terabithia.
So when Jess helped his sister when she was falling, trying to get into Terabithia, he basically yelled at her and was like, you can never come here. Well, to make up for that, he then helps her. Or wait, nope, just kidding. It was Maybelle and Leslie who made bells for Terabithia with the dad's keys. And Maybelle came up to him and was like, we made these. And that's when he's like, okay, I guess I can let you in. And then he takes her and shows her all of Terabithia.
Yep.
And the rest of that does happen. And all I could think when the dad was like, I was going to give you PT back was, again, now it's a parent giving it to a child without talking to the parent. If that were to happen, it just got worse.
I didn't think of that. So funny. Oh my gosh. Oh man. But yeah, the end.
We
did
end.
it.
Yep. Not too bad.
Yeah. There were 33 people cast for this movie. Little
That's
cast.
surprising since it's all about an imaginary place.
I know. We got Josh Hutcherson as Jess.
Love him. He's the best.
Yes. He was so cute.
He was. He was a little guy.
He was. Anna Sophia Robb was Leslie.
Like I said at the start, she did okay and I wouldn't recast her, but if Dakota Fanning had been offered the role.
Well, we have Zooey Deschanel as Miss Edmonds.
Love
back before
her.
she was super popular.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
I know. I love her. This role was basically just, ironically, Jess from New York.
Yeah, kind of. She was the little music teacher. She wasn't
Bubbly.
super quirky, though. She was bubbly, but not quirky.
That's true, not quirky. Although Jess would definitely cross lines with students. So
Yes, that's true. That's funny. Okay, so then we have Robert Patrick as Jack Aarons.
he did good.
Yeah. He's a tough dad.
Yep. Mean
Then
guy.
we have, Bailey Madison played Maybelle Aarons. You know what's wild is I just don't like this actress, but she looks nothing like
her child
her.
self. No.
Yes.
Oh, isn't this also the girl from, oh, wait, is she in Just Go With It?
I think so, yeah. And she's in Once Upon a Time, and
Oh, wow.
yeah. She just...
Well, did you
Not my-
recast?
I did not. No. She was fine. I just
are
don't
bothered by
like her. I don't know why. I just don't like her. I think I don't like her from Once Upon a Time.
Oh,
Because she plays like young Snow White, and she's just annoying in that one. And so I'm kind of just like, you're annoying.
yep. Well, she was very annoying in Just Go With It, too. And so I think she's annoying as well.
Yeah. Is the theme of the book and the movie the same?
Why, yes, they are.
Yes. Do the characters stay true?
Yes, they do.
Yes. And what do you prefer?
I actually don't know.
I know. They're so similar that I'm like, which one do I like better? I think I'm going to go movie. because I like seeing all of Terabithia.
Yeah.
And like the book, as you said, like touches on it, but
not much.
Doesn't really a lot at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I think I go movie too, just because the book's too long.
It's not like 3 hours.
5 hours. It was 5 hours.
No, that was Elle Enchanted. This one was 3.
This one was 3.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it might.
What's it gonna
I think I'm still movie.
be? Okay.
It's just a much harder pick for me now.
Okay.
That might change by the end of the season. We'll see.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay, well, would you recommend it to a friend?
So I enjoyed it, and I think I have friends who would enjoy it, but I also think that maybe a lot of my friends are past this time in their life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think if I tried to recommend it to them, they would be like, what? Why are you wanting me to read or watch this?
Oh, well, I would recommend it. I think I watched it with Riley. I mean, I don't know if that counts as recommending it to a friend.
That's a child of yours.
I want her to read the book one day. So. I think it's cute. It's a cute story.
It is. It is.
Okay. That's it.
It is. But you all should check out our website before you do anything else. Offscript253.wixsite.com/offscript.
Mm-hmm. Before you turn off your episode, because I know a lot of you probably turn it off right now because you're like, they're done. You guys, we're funny. Our last 5 minutes, I think, are some of our best of our episodes. I think we're hilarious.
I agree. It's because we're done with the stress of comparing and we're like, yes, episode done.
Oh my gosh. So don't turn off. Watch, now I say that and it's going to be a really boring, after thought. Oh gosh.
That would be hilarious.
That would be funny. Well, on our website, you can rate, subscribe, review.
Mm-hmm.
What
Please
else can we do?
5 beautiful stars.
Yes. Yes.
While you're there, you can also sign up for our monthly newsletter.
That was supposed to go out a day ago.
Yeah. Give me a movie pick and I'll put it out tomorrow.
I was wondering, I was like, because what did I do yesterday? I did the read with us because it popped up on my thing that I need to do. And I'm like, I don't know if I gave Bri a movie pick this week.
No.
I was like, maybe I did. And it's just, I'm just not remembering.
I didn't do a newsletter for November or December yet. But I'll do December's. I'll do that tomorrow at work. So text me a movie pick.
Okay, we'll do for December. Okay.
See, we are so relaxed with our newsletters that we try to send them monthly. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes it comes out late.
See, we will never spam your email. Sometimes you don't get anything from us.
That's really going to help us.
Oh, no. All right. Well, Wednesday, we might have a mini-sode for you.
Potentially. We'll see how we feel.
Yep. I love that we can decide. Be like, it's our podcast. I don't want to do a mini-sode today. No, we're not doing it.
That's the best.
Yep. And Monday, we're doing Freak the Mighty. We're doing it.
We're doing much better than I anticipated us doing for season 8.
I know.
So
I know, because we're about, as soon as we, where's our little list? My little list.
We've got this. We're on a good roll.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep going.
All right.
Do you hear Luna dreaming?
Oh, that's her dreaming. I thought she was barking.
No,
from
she's
a different
sleeping.
room.
She's dreaming. Anyways, all right, y'all. Welcome to Offscript. That's our tangent. Bye.
You forgot the most important part, Allie.
I know. And with that, Bridge to Terabithia
went off script.
Bye. Thanks for sticking with us.
We hope you enjoyed it.
If you did, we would greatly appreciate it if you gave us 5 beautiful stars, reviewed, and subscribed.
You can also follow us on Facebook at Offscript, on Instagram at Offscript Podcast 21, and on TikTok at Offscript_pod.
Shout outs to Madame Ashen Creations for our adorable logo art.
And Adam Daniel for our incredible theme song.
And to Creative Cinephile Productions for producing our podcast.
See you next time.
Hi, I'm Serena.
And I'm Rachel.
We're the hosts of Book Tales.
If you like reading books
Drinking cocktails,
and Scottish accents,
then meet your new favourite podcast.
come with us as we explore different themes from romantasy to horror and everything in between.
We pair each book with a bespoke cocktail and tell you everything you'll need to make one.
And each week, play our fun game tailored to each book.
Find Book Tales wherever you get your podcasts. So grab your book
Grab your booze
for Book Tales.